What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a brand new edition of the Chris Stevens Writes YouTube show. If you're new to this part of town, welcome aboard. My name is Chris Stevens. I'm a writer, journalist, music lover, car nerd, sports fan, cultural critic, sometimes dating and sex podcaster. If you guys have, if you're new again, I have a different episode. I'm a different arm of this channel called the Overnight Scenario. I don't think there's going to be an overnight scenario this week because it's Thanksgiving week, and I'm actually lucky, consider myself lucky to do an episode this week. So if you're new, welcome by. Be sure to subscribe, tap the notification bell so be notified of all the new content that drops on this channel. If you're a returning lurker or subscriber, welcome back. Don't forget to like and comment on these videos so we can get the algorithm going and more eyes and ears can be on this channel. And I'll talk back in the comments. It's always usually a good time, when we have dialogue in the comments for the most part. So, you see something, if you hear something that catches your eye or your ear in this case, or both, and you want to leave a comment on it or even ask me a question, feel free. I'm always around and answering questions. So let's have some fun on this channel. So, yes, Thanksgiving week. Not going to be too active on the podcast front, just simply because, I'm actually coming up in the family hierarchy when it comes to baking. I've spent pretty much the last 2 years honing my craft when it comes to baking cakes. Getting back into my own apartment and having my own kitchen means that I've just been fooling around with a little bit of this and that. And apparently my cream cheese and regular pound cakes are a hit. So, if you guys are not familiar, I make two. I make a cream cheese version of my pound cake and just a regular pound cake version. And apparently both are very popular. So, the hosting member of the family has requested that I bring one of each. So I am going to be baking Wednesday or Thursday morning. Actually, I might even do Wednesday night. I haven't decided yet, but I'm absolutely putting my stuff up for Christmas on Friday. Like there's absolutely nothing, and I mean nothing, that's going to stop me. As long as I wake up in the morning, this stuff is going up. Christmas music is going blast. I might actually bake some. I haven't decided. Do I want to do an apple crumb cake? Because I still keep some of the good stuff for myself. And not to say my cream cheese pound cakes I don't like, but cream cheese pound cakes are popular for everyone else that, knows that I bake. But there are still a few things that I like to keep for myself, like, peach dump cake. There was this apple crumb cake that I think I lost a recipe to that I'm going to have to try to dig for and get back into. But I think I may do that. I may do chocolate chip cookies. Also, there is a recipe for Martin's Mama's Biscuits. Not my mama biscuits, Gina. Not my mama biscuits. I found this a couple of years ago, and I have been hemming and hawing, but I think Friday might actually be the day I actually do that recipe. And I still owe you guys. I keep saying I'm going to do a baking video for you guys. I'm just really gun shy when it comes to setting up my cameras in my kitchen because it's a lot of work. I guess if I'm going to, take this channel seriously, you guys are probably going to get sick and tired of me just talking and seeing my face. I still need to be better about reaching out and getting guests on this channel. I've had guests before and it's going very, very well, but I'm just very gun shy about reaching out to people and saying, hey, would you like to come on my YouTube channel? Because I don't want people to feel like, oh, he's one of those podcasters. No, I'm just a regular dude who likes to talk about music and everything else. So if I ask you to be a guest, trust and believe we're going to have a good time. But yeah, I need to do better with that. I need to do better with the cooking and baking stuff because that's the point. Actually the point of cooking and baking is to be able to eat your own food. And I greatly enjoy making my own food. Make no mistake about it. Has saved me a little bit of money over the years, but yeah, I owe you guys that much. So that's pretty much what my week is going to look like. Hopefully you guys have a good week as well. And the holidays are tough for a lot of people. There are people who have lost family members. I would be remiss if I didn't send love to my sister, my older sister. Her son unexpectedly passed away at the end of October, and everybody's still struggling with that. So this is going to be her first holiday without her only son, not her only child, but her only son. And that just literally popped into my mind right now. And it's just like, my sister isn't alone in that. There are people across the world who are missing loved ones, and the holidays are extremely tough on them. So my heart goes out to y'all. I want y'all to be, just be as safe as you can, take care of yourself as best you can. And hopefully you're surrounded by love this winter season because it's tough. It's tough for a lot of people. And I don't even have any jokes about, people clapping back at relatives for the holidays because to me, I can't do it. I mean, if anybody has a problem with me, then they just have a problem with me. If they feel like I've gained weight back, or I'm always single, which is the case, unfortunately. Not the weight gain part, but the perpetual singleness. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So people always ask, when are you gonna get married, or when you gonna bring somebody to the holidays? I'm like, y'all know where we live, right? I mean, who am I bringing? Everybody knows everybody. Like, I don't know. This is just me riffing or whatever. But yeah, I mean, the holidays are usually tough for people who have lost loved ones or have loved ones who get on their nerves. Key is just to take care of yourself and remember that it's just temporary. Like, you get to go home after a day or two, or even after dinner or whatever, and you can come back to the security of your own home. That's the one thing that I have loved these last few years, is that, yeah, I have to go out of my because I don't volunteer to host, because number one, I have an apartment. And as much as I love this apartment, it is not made for more than 3 or 4 people at a time. I mean, I could probably move some stuff around and probably probably have you know a table in my general living area, a table in the kitchen, but I don't feel like doing all of that. you know I mean, the reason I got this apartment, felt like it was a perfect fit for me, because it was for me. Like, I could have company. I would love company. Whew. Yes, yes, I would love company very much. Yeah, yeah. But you know I mean, since I have to go travel for the holidays, and it's not like I have to travel far, where I live, in Delaware, in Wilmington, Delaware, everybody's literally within 10, 15 minutes of each other. So it's not like, I gotta fill up my tank, have a drink, have some water or some snacks in the car, and gear up for the long ride. I just have to get dressed, turn the key, either go west or east, and I'm there. And then I get to come back right after dinner. And that's pretty much what it's going to be. Like, I don't foresee myself, overextending my stay, because I'm just that much more comfortable in my own house. I mean, who is it? I mean, you work hard, you know, you keep your bills up because you literally just want to have some space. I mean, if you're a single person, I mean, people who are in relationships and have families that you guys take care of, I'm happy for y'all. Don't get me wrong. Part of me wishes that was part of my life. But right now, I'm just a single dude who is just enjoying his space. Every square foot of this apartment. And I have no complaints. So just, I'm gonna go, to the hosting relative's house, razzle dazzle with my pound cakes, just, put a little something on it, like, bam, there you go. Enjoy that. Have yourself a cup of tea with that, or some hot chocolate, whatever, and enjoy it. But just for people who have a hard time around holidays, my heart goes out to you. You know, sending you the best wishes and all of that, because it's a tough time for everybody. But just be encouraged that people do care about you, and you should care about yourself, of course. You know, and this is coming from somebody who absolutely hated it. Oh, I thought people was just being smart and disrespectful, like, or just trying to be, messy, saying, "Oh, you need to love yourself. You need to have self-confidence. You need to love yourself." And I'm just like, and I'm like, I see what you're doing, and it's bullshit. That was the old Chris, the evolved Chris, the one that's been to therapy and needs to kind of find his way back, hook or crook. Well, not hook or crook, but I just need to find a cheaper therapist if that's humanly possible, and go back. But the evolved Chris that journals and has therapeutic practice before, is just like, okay, so yeah, you kind of sort of need to be good to yourself. Because I think when people ask me that way back when, I used to hate myself to the point of, why would anybody suggest that of me? Because I was like close to 400 pounds. I used to not keep my hair cut. The basic thing I did every day was shower, because they tell you you grow up all the time hearing that fat people stink, and you guys need to shower every day. And that was just drilled in me, for better or for worse. So that's one thing I never skimped on. But everything else, I didn't dress worth a damn. I didn't keep my hair cut, And I just didn't think that losing weight was going to be an option for me. And I've had several fits and starts in that regard. But to date, these last 5 or 6 years have been really good to me in that regard. So hopefully this is just the start of what will be the remainder of my life, just taking stock in fitness and just, keeping moving and being better at what I eat. I still have a ways to go with that, because I literally work my ass off on the treadmill, out on the trail, on the weights, just so I can eat. And I need to be mindful of that. I need to be mindful. Okay, yeah, you've done good. Yeah, but you don't want to undo the process, because there'll be a time when you don't feel like going to the gym. There'll be a time you don't feel like picking up that weight. There'll be a time you don't feel like doing push-ups, sit-ups, and jumping jacks. And then of course that weight's going to pile right back on. So I just had to be mindful of that. You just have to be better to yourself. And like I said, when people would suggest that, when I was really down in the dumps of self-hating and all of that, self-loathing, I really thought people were just trying to, really tick me off, when they were really just making a valid point. And again, it took me years to see that. It took God knows how long to see it. But now that I have, it's like, okay, they were right. Yeah. So you kind of have to eat some crow there, buddy. And I'm gonna put Old Bay on my crow. Maybe a little bit of Tony Sacheries. But yeah. You just gotta be good to yourself. I mean, that's a life lesson. It ain't got nothing to do with the holidays. That's just 365 general rule. Take stock of the things that are good about you, that you like about yourself, and the things that you don't, work on them or just get rid of them altogether, because you have the power to do so. And if you can do that, if you realize you have that power, that's literally half the battle. Because I've told you guys weight loss story before on my channel. I just got tired of, looking at myself and feeling like, I was never going to be good enough for anyone, from a dating and romance perspective. So I just like, all right, okay, if I got to lose this weight to do it, then that's what it's going to be. It turned out that's still a struggle, but at least I feel better about myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just easier to just walk around in public and not feel like people are going to make fun of you just for your very existence. And don't get me wrong. There's still some part of me that carries that deep down. Like, I can't use the weight as an excuse anymore, because it simply doesn't exist. I used to be really ashamed, of going into the stores and stuff and, just going through the food aisle. I literally would think people would like, oh, look at his fat ass. He just can't leave the chips alone. Can't leave the pies alone. Just a bunch of unnecessary stuff that just messed my head up all together. But, you still worry that people are just looking at you from a perspective of, because I know I'm a different kind of cat. I know I am. Even down to this facial hair. I don't think I ever told you guys this facial hair story, why this goatee exists. No time like the present. Okay. So early on in my weight loss journey, early on my weight loss journey, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. You may remember him if you're a wrestling fan from the 80s and 90s. He was Bret the Hitman Hart's tag team partner in the Hart Foundation. And he died unexpectedly. His daughter, Natty, is one of the best women's wrestlers ever, and she's training up the new tribe and doing a hell of a job with it, by the way. Salute to Natty. She is doing work. But, and I just gotten to the point where I was tired of, shaving all the time. I was like, I just want to wear my goatee like his for a while. And I've been wearing it like this for 6 years, like literally. Like, have you ever seen the Anvil just be like, and then he snaps, yeah, baby. And, he go back to stroking the goatee. So that's why this goatee exists. If you're not familiar, this is why, give you guys a better view of it. See, look at the shoulders. Look at the clavicle. Yeah, I do some work, man. I should be proud of myself, man, for keeping the weight off this long and having at least something presentable about myself. I'm happy. I'm absolutely happy. Make no mistake about it. But really not that much to talk about. I just wanted to touch base with you guys, let you guys know that I don't know if I'm going to do another video. Oh, I wanted to talk about this really quickly. Who's that girl? Eve with Kathy. How do I say her name? Ian Doley. Shout out to my friend T. Remember the Eve album review that I did on the channel with my friend T? She was like, I got an extra copy of her autobiography. Do you want it? I was like, hell yeah, I want it. So she sent that to me. I had a chance to dig into it this week, and it's really, really good. Like, you find out about everything from Eve's upbringing to her fits and starts in the music industry, television, anxiety, pregnancy issues. And I think that's something that she probably put this book out right on time, considering everything that's going on with respect to women and their reproductive rights and different things of that nature. So this is actually a really good book. I highly recommend you check this out. And shout out to T for giving me her extra copy, because I finally got a chance to read it, you know, late last week, and was like, okay. I'm like, yeah, this is good. Because I'm always down to read a good autobiography, because I'm still thinking about writing my journalism memoirs. I think this might actually restoke the fires for me to actually do that, because I've been threatening to do this damn memoir for what, 3 years? Yeah, it's close to 3 years, and we're going into 2025. So yeah, I think I'm going to actually get started on it and just let the chips fall where they may, because even though I'm not a really famous journalist by any stretch of the imagination, I still have over 20 years in this industry, and I still have a lot to say. But yeah, some of the highlights in this book, let you guys look at the cover again before I put it back down. Some of the highlights in that book, in Eve's memoir, are when she first joined the Rough Riders, and we found out that DMX just would not, let himself have a bad day around her, and the legendary story of the Locks threatening to shank Mike Tyson for him getting a little too close to Eve. And Styles and Kiss have told that story before. They told it on Drink Champs, and it's still the funniest thing in the world to hear Styles say, "We got to poke Mike." We got to poke Mike. It's the funniest thing in the world. But you got to love the fact that those dudes actually protected her and respected her as a human being, not just because they were rapping on the same label, but just because they didn't want anything to happen to her. So that's the highlight. Her admitting that she was done with love before she met her husband, Max Cooper. She said the next dude that actually shows interest and comes and gets her was going to get her, and it turned out to be Max. And she lives in London now. So that's the funniest thing, because you think that romantic situations are a struggle for, undesirable people, or people who don't feel the best about themselves, or people who are stuck in small places. And I feel like all of those describe me, even though I try to steer away from self-deprecation these days. But yes, even though I don't like to consider myself undesirable, I still feel like, because I like how I look now. I'm happy with how I am. I'm happy with the person that is sitting in front of this camera talking to you guys once or twice or even 3 times a week. But I know at the same time, women have their preferences, and they're totally entitled to. I'm not saying nobody can have a preference on what they want their mate or somebody they're attracted to look like. I mean, I guess I just fear that even though I've done a lot of outer work and still doing the inner work, that may not be enough. And that's, kind of a sobering thought to have. But reading Eve's book and reading her thoughts on dating and relationships, it's not just, regular ass people that struggle. I mean, celebrities struggle. I mean, celebrities probably struggle more than any of us, because they're still trying to find people who aren't interested in just making a come up off of them. Those of us who are regular people, we ain't got to worry about that. Like, I'm not at all concerned about a woman coming after me for my Chevy Prism or my flat screen TV, or even my stand mixer, or even my air fryer. Damn, I ain't used this air fryer in a minute. I don't know why, but But overall, Eve's memoir, Who's That Girl? Highly recommend it. Go get it, read it, enjoy it, and share it with somebody. Because there's everything in that book through Eve's life that you would imagine that she's rapped about, that she's talked about. You see it through her eyes. And we know her pen is good, because she's been one of the best female rappers for 25 years. Yeah. So you can trust her pen. You can trust her storytelling. It's a good book. So, not too much else to add. Like I said, I said I wasn't going to do an overnight scenario. I might actually mess around and just do a live where I cook and take you guys through the process of getting this house in order for Christmas. I gotta drag this tree out, these lights, these window things. Oh my God, so much work. When you're a single man but you love the holidays, you got to set that Friday aside. Just set it aside. I ain't got anything I need for Black Friday anyway. I got everything I need right here in these 4 walls. Unless there's something that just absolutely jumps out to me on Black Friday, I ain't doing no shopping. I don't need to. I'm good. And I hope you're good as well. So thank you guys for watching the Chris Stevens Writes YouTube show. Greatly appreciate your time as always. Contact information in the description below. Don't forget to rate this video, like it, comment on it, subscribe to the channel, tap that notification bell, do all the things so this channel can continue to grow. More eyes and ears can be on it. I can develop this thing into something really cool that can, build a community. We can all have fun. So hopefully you guys enjoy your Thanksgiving. And if this is the only time we speak this week, until the next time we see you, which would be, I guess, next Monday, which would be December, maybe. I mean, I said this is going to be the only video, but who knows? We'll see what happens. But whenever we speak again, y'all be good or be good at it.